A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about Lagna Nakshatras. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube channels and our Spotify channels. If you haven't subscribed to our videos and audios, please do. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates regularly. What is Lagna Nakshatra and what is its importance? These are a few topics that I have worked exclusively on many different videos. So please do look into those videos to know its importance. So what does the Lagna Nakshatra do, or what does it show? It tells us about the inherent qualities we have. And depending on the placement of Vimshotri Dasha Lord, that the Lagna Nakshatra is under, because most of us only view the Vimshotri Dashas. So when we look into the Dasha Lord of that nakshatra, it tells us how we can utilize those qualities in our life to prosper better. So we start our series from Hasta. Hasta Nakshatra people are very jovial and they will make people laugh. They are the life of a party. But we should not take their jovialness to be something very frivolous because they're very hardworking and workaholic too. Sometimes we do find that these people have something called the OCD. However, the other good qualities that we see about them is they're very good at writing, they're very good at playing, they're very good in counseling others. Yes, they make great counselors and motivators because they do not take any decision on a bias. They're always unbiased, they think from both the sides, and then only using their discretion do they come to a conclusion. These nakshatra people who have their Lagna Nakshatra in Hasta are very lucky because, as I find it, that these people do have the ability to create a path for their own selves. A burning example is Eric Segal. Now, how do I use the Lagna Nakshatra? In the Vimshotri Dasha scheme, moon is said to be the Dasha lord. So when we use the moon, we place the moon on a different houses and we can see how it helps us. Say supposing moon for somebody is placed in the third house. Well, people say it's debilitated in the third house from Hasta. Doesn't matter, but these people will have an ability to understand other people's psychology. They may be a little sulky, but they will be good at speaking to others, helping others move up, and these people also have the ability to write in on different subjects. If this moon is in the eighth house, then these people would still be able to write good. In fact, they would be able to write and do research on many topics, and they can also write on spirituality based things. Erotism is also something that they are good at writing, come to think of it. And these people would also be good observers. They would be working on other people's finances and could earn a lot of money from that. If this moon is present in the 11th house, in that case, these people will have ups and downs in their periodic income depending upon the work they take up. These people would want to work on a freelance basis, giving them a lot of time to pursue other hobbies, other kind of works that they do. These people would generally want to work on more than one field at a time. So they could be doing 2, 3 projects at a time if they are in a particular business, or if they are freelance, they can have more than one careers also. So much for the Hasta Nakshatra. Let's move on to the Chitra Nakshatra. For the Chitra Nakshatra people, these nakshatra is they show great deal of versatility and they're very creative. What more, these people have a high quotient of spirituality, and whenever they have something to present, you would be dazzled by the way they put things in front of you. More than their creation, their presentation is something that will always have all eyeballs. These people are very nice with others. However, one thing that they are very irritated about is others trying to overpower them or trying to push them to do something which they are not wanting to do. Second thing is that I would always tell people who have their planets, their Lagna in Chitra Nakshatra is that when you are very offbeat, when you're very low, when you're very irritated, get down to doing something constructive. It will help you find your balance. Again, these people can also be vindictive because these people do not like to be pushed. However, they wait for the correct time. These people have a great good number of children and illustrative children, but they can have problems with their children also, not with their children, but the children can create problems in their life. Chitra nakshatra is one of those nakshatras which will always leave a mark in their life. Now, if this nakshatra lord, Vimshotri nakshatra lord is Mars, and if it is Digbali, then it's a great sign of a person who has a lot of good qualities in their life, and they are able to make a name and fame, create a good position for themselves internationally, and they would be known for their foresight and for their detached attitude, that is doing things for others but on their own terms. When we talk about this nakshatra lord, that is Mars, finding its way in the fifth house, these people are very good at sports. They have a lot of energy to keep doing, to be creative, and they will get their name and fame through sports, through activities which are like crisis management, and would have a very quick way of thinking. However, when they are very agitated with people, they should not go into any discussions, any conclusions, because that can take a rough turn for them. When we talk about Mars being present in your fourth house for the Chitra Nakshatra, or the third house for that matter, in the third house, it gives them a speech which is absolutely simple, which is to the point and very direct. They know what they see and they present it as they are. So just a little bit of adjustments in your speech. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. Speak the truth, but if you speak it softly, you have a long way to go. We can give the example of P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, one of our best prime ministers that India had to offer, who had the financial foresight, so to speak. And when we talk about spirituality, we are all aware of Ramana Maharshi, who brought in transcendental meditation for us. So let's move on to the Swati Nakshatra. Swati Nakshatra people are very strong. They're very agile. They're very swift. And they're also generous. So how do you use these things? When we are talking about the Vimshotri Dasha Lord, that is Rahu, the placement of Rahu matters. If Rahu is in the seventh house, these people will show their generosity on a public level. They will show their generosity towards their partners, towards their people whom they love, and for that they will be well respected, well rewarded. So here is a chance for you to make good for yourself and put that on yourself on a pedestal. Now, if the same Rahu is present in the eighth house, well, because Swati Nakshatra also has the quality of spreading the word around, you could also work in a PR company, but here, what people are likely to do with the Rahu in the eighth house for the Swati Nakshatra is they like to gossip, or they would trade financial secrets to others. This is something that you should avoid doing, because in that case, you're making your Rahu more malefic. What you can really do is go into deep research, try to find out more that there is, and then you can have a lot of financial gains from that area of life. And again, Swati Nakshatra brings about a lot of spreading of the words. So people who have their nakshatra of Swati as their Lagna Nakshatra, they can take up a lot of PR job, advertisement as their, especially if your Rahu is in the fifth house, which brings in a lot of creativity and you know how to advertise things. This is the time and day of the social media. And Rahu, we all know, governs the social media. So these people can make a very good and a very profitable use of the social media. These people should also learn how to apply discretion to their relationships. This is one thing very important. Otherwise, it can put you in trouble. The very good example of helping others, being well known, and being a lot of talent is Robin Williams. He, as we all know, was Swati personified. So do write into us. Let us know how you found this video, and then we'll meet with you soon. Thank you.